Hello, welcome to my 2020 journal flip through. So this is going to be a little bit of a long intro because there's a lot of things to cover so that I do not get harassed in the comments like I have been for the past 3 years. This is my 4th journal flip through. So if you want to skip the intro, feel free to, but then you're not allowed to ask any questions that I might have answered in the intro. But if I don't answer your question, feel free to comment it, go for it. Anyways, so it's been 3 years of the same comments constantly. And I did not know for sure if I was going to film this journal flip through. I don't know why, because now here I am and I'm like, yeah, obviously, or else I'm never going to hear the end of it. Uploaded my journal flip through for last year kind of late, and Jesus, how many comments and DMs I got about it. Anyway, so here we are doing this. So some things to cover. First of all, yes, I'm expressive with my hands. It's how it be, okay? I'm a Gen Z, and I'm gonna show you my face, and so my hands have to do my expressions for me. And yes, I love my hands. I've had to grow to love them because once I hated them for some reason, which is really stupid, but whatever. My nails are real. Thanks for calling out that you thought that they were fake, Karen, but they're not. Anyways, and my rings are from all different places. I could not really tell you. They're from antiquing or thrifting or gifts from my family. So I can't really tell you where they're from. They're just sterling silver. This journal is just a journal. It's not an art journal. It's not a bullet journal. It's not a smash book. It's not a whatever else they call these journals. That I thought that last year I said I don't care what you think my journal is, but apparently I didn't say clear enough. I get comments to this day saying what my journal is, and I'm just like, no, it's just a journal. How are you gonna know what my journal is to me? It's not a smash book or a junk journal because those styles are just very different. Like, it's a very definedly different style. If there was anything that I could liken my style to, maybe, of journaling and art stuff, is maybe traveler's journal. It's not a catch-all book because that's different. That's just not what this is. It's not a bullet journal because I have a bullet journal and that's separate, and I go by the definition of a bullet journal by what the creator of the bullet journal decided bullet journaling is. So this is not a bullet journal. This is not like for planning. This is for memory keeping, for art, for just documenting who I am in the moment. It's just my journal. You might be tired. You might be like, why are you going on the spiel? But I'm tired. You don't understand. I share my journal every year because I think it can motivate people, inspire people. I don't mind if people recreate the spreads or pages that I've done because get those creative juices flowing. And I believe that imitating somebody's style or being inspired by somebody's style or mimicking it to a certain degree can help you through your own creative process without you're not going to help yourself through the process if you completely copy somebody else's work. It's just not going to really happen. It's not going to further you that much in any way, at all. So I don't mind if you recreate my pages, and thank you to all of you who have tagged me in your beautiful pages that you've recreated on Instagram. But don't steal other artists' work. Don't ever do that. That's so messed up, and I recently had a lot of problems with that. Somebody trying to claim that they had my copyright to one of my videos, which is just never true. I'll never sell my copyright to my videos or any of my artworks. That's just not something that happens. A little bit touchy apparently right now. This just serve as a little bit of inspiration or motivation, whatever I can do to help. I found my inspiration on Instagram or on Pinterest or just from my brain. This journal, I call it just my journal because I feel like there's no pressure. It's everything. It's just what I want it to be. And so I'm not trying to pressure myself to do a page every day or do a page every month. Or in December I didn't journal at all. I just, after the month ended, I was like, oh, let me just put it in and just be like, I didn't journal, and that's okay. You don't have to fill every page of the whole entire book. You don't have to journal every single day. You don't have to feel bad. Do not feel bad if you don't journal for a whole month, because sometimes it happens like that, and it's just, you feel unmotivated, and I definitely feel that a lot because this journal kind of turned into a K-pop journal because I had nothing else to journal about in this pandemic. All I was doing was staying inside and playing Sims, so I just journal a lot of K-pop stuff because that's what was poppin' this year. Ew, did I just say poppin'? And also, don't feel bad if you feel like you have an ugly page because just work through it. Just do the page. My advice would be, don't care about ruining the aesthetic because you know, your journal is for you. I mean, unless you want to do it because the journal is for you, but like my advice is just work through it because then it'll get better. And if you just want to glue those pages together in the end anyways, that's fine too. Don't worry about it. This year I didn't do it, so wow, progress. Look at how big she is. I'll get to the flip through soon. Let me just check my checklist. Make sure that I said everything that I wanted to, right? Yeah. Okay, great. So this is my journal. This is from Astro Reality. Would I recommend buying from them? I'm not too sure. We didn't have a very pleasant customer service experience with them, and in shipping out the journal, we ordered it very in advance, and then it took forever to ship, and we were just like, what's going on here? Anyways, so this is she. Very beautiful though, so if you want to go through that, by all means. It's Aquarius because I am an Aquarius. Actually, I need to tell you something before we begin. I had to break out the middle of my journal because there was just no way. Like, imagine me trying to journal back here with this ginormous thing. No, I just cut it out because I was like, it's fine, because a journal in the past has fallen out and it's fine. It stays together. So pro tip, I guess. 2020, Catherine Karras, always like this. Oh, and another thing, you might see some water damage. Just the other day, a painting of mine fell off my wall and it knocked over a vase of water and it just went everywhere. And my first concern was for my photo cards that were right beside it. And then I was so busy with my photo cards I didn't even realize my camera was sitting in water. I can't believe myself, but you know, if you're a K-pop stan, you know. Anyways, and I didn't realize that it got into this journal. So it's messed up by water in some pages, so yikes. Anyways, let's move on. So we started off the year with Who She Be. I started doing this, I don't know when, but it's just like a little bit of an overview of who I am in the beginning of the year. Music that I like, things that I love, coffee, chicken, and cotton candy. Oh my god, that's when I had my cotton candy obsession. I've gotten a lot better at that. Full moons of 2020, the usual, just keeping like tabs on things. January, I think I ended 2019 with this kind of like art style, so I just continued it in the new year. January 1st, customary page, always a picture Polaroid of my dog. A nice aesthetic spread of Jaehyun. There are going to be a lot of aesthetic type things like this that I don't know how to explain, so I'm just gonna, move on. This was before the pandemic, and this was a great time. Emma and I's friend Ashley came to New York City and visited us, and we had a little Christmas celebration, exchanged gifts. I made her this thing. I photoshopped this because she loves Jungwoo Rose, so I made her this little thingy. So, and I printed it out and put it in a frame. So yeah, this is all just like random scraps from our time together. My alt group is NCT OT23. You're a clown if you say otherwise. I like to do this because this is my bias list. Taeyong is my alt bias, but then these things change. Like anything under Taeyong will never change, okay? But everything under him changes, and it's changed since then. Now, so here I have Taeyong, Mark Lee, Jaehyun, and Renjin, and now it's Taeyong, Jaehyun, and Mark. The growth, the change, I don't know. So this was January 25th. When you see these post-it notes, it's just like personal stuff, and I'm not trying to limit myself and being like, oh, I have to film this and I don't want people to hear what I'm writing, so I'm not gonna write it. So I just come back and cover it up later. So was listening to You by Dynamic Duo and Chen, and just some things. I got a lucky bag at Muji, Super M stickers, things, that's how it be. Oh my gosh, I forgot I put this in here. Wow, I was really like, whatever, can go wherever. Just some music, again, You by Chen and Dynamic Duo, Slow Walk, Stay Beautiful, Psycho, and then a quote over here. Then I did a little drawing page of all my plants that I had at the time. So BC is still alive and well. Jeffrey's alive and well. He's doing great. Minho, which is Minho from Stray Kids, died. Very sad. Very sad. Yi, all my little plants are named Yi. I named this a while ago, so it was like Yi, you know what I'm saying? TY Track, he's doing so great. JCC, don't ask questions. It's a cactus that I bought because I wanted the thing, the tiny little pot. I wanted the pot, but the plant was already in there, and it was at an antique store. And so I was like, I guess I have to buy a plant. But I didn't really want a cactus because I've had bad experiences with cacti, and yeah, so I had to take it home anyways. And so, you know, I took care of it. And then one day it grew so big that it was leaning against my wall, and it slid off, and it broke, and it was full of water. And it was very disturbing because it's very phallic shaped, you know, and it was all fuzzy because of the like little, like, anyways, the little pricks would like come off and get everywhere. Good riddance. Slammer, my Swiss cheese plant, has been growing so well. I'm so proud of it. And other Yee, they're both doing well, by the way, both of the Yees. Anyways, moving on. Some more January, oh, this is January favorites. I think this was the only time I did favorites. Jeez, I did not keep up with doing a favorites page. My birthday, I actually had the flu on my birthday, so that's great. But then a couple of days later, and actually that flu was really bad, and so my sister is convinced that that was COVID. But I have no idea because that was before COVID happened, so I don't know if I believe that. But anyways, my birthday, again, destroyed by some water. My sister and my mom took me to the Russian tea room. Yeah. This is my birthday. January 31st, an Aquarius. February, I didn't realize how much water got in this. So sad. Adds character, right? February, title page. Every month I do a title page, so January and then February, just to separate the months. And even if I don't journal one month, I'll still do like the title page and then just like I didn't journal this month because I couldn't care less. Emma's my friend, but we got obsessed with Psycho. Like, we just really freaking loved that song so much. So we finally bought the album, gave in, and we bought the album. And then I did a nice little spread, which was, you know, me coming out of my comfort zone and using pink for once. Wow. The thing is that, like, for a long time, pink was like, ooh, it's a girl's color, so I just didn't use pink because people would think that I'm a girly girl or something. But then I was like, that's so stupid because it's just a freaking color. And so, like, I just need to get out of that. But then I'm like, what if that's just my taste, that I just don't like pink? But anyways, I've grown out of it. I've learned to work with it. Pink's fine. But this was the first venture into using more color because I'm used to just doing, like, dark things. But now I can do color and light colors as well, you'll see later on. But back to the black and darkness. Wonderful. Taeyong. Polaroid. February 9th, it was Johnny's birthday. And so there was a cup sleeve event at Gray Street. Or no. Wait, where was the... I think it was at a different cafe. Is that Cafe Bennett? Then why do I have a Gray Street sticker? I'm confused. Anyways, so we got some freebies from it. And a lot of these, like, events can be found in my vlogs throughout the year, so I'll link that playlist as well if you want to see it. I didn't realize until I did this page, and I pointed it out to Emma, my friend, that I always insist on using every single piece that I get, or every single scrap that I collect from the day and then journal with it. I use everything. And so I'm trying to get better. I'm like, why didn't I save any of these things to like put on my wall or something? I don't know why I do this, but here it is. This is the page that I crammed every single thing I could. Like, look how good that sticker is. Anyways, it's fine. Oh, she's falling apart. Cut your journal, I said, as it starts falling apart. It's okay. Just so I can sew it back. We live in the age of the internet, you know? I can figure out how to do anything. Just some songs that I was listening to, just some random songs that I felt like writing down. I have a playlist called It's Not What It Looks Like because I named it that when I first got into K-pop and was in denial because I didn't want to be judged because people stereotype people that like K-pop, which, you know, I'm just trying to move on from. But I think the title is still really funny because it's not what it looks like. Yeah, that's my K-pop or just any Korean artist, what's it called? Playlist. So this is just like, you know, on Spotify it shows you like the last two. I think Spotify updated so it doesn't do that anymore, but it was Malibu, Bermuda Triangle, I think, and Back to You by NCT. This is Bermuda Triangle is Zico, Dean, and Crush. Anyways, but Malibu, PH1, Mokyo, and The Quiet. Oh, so good. Anyways, next page, again, probably a cup sleeve thing. I think it is like a Johnny and JK cup sleeve event, so we got these freebies. And then I also bought the Obsession album, and I got the Suho poster, so I just tore off this piece. Anyways, and I just made a little bit of a layering thing. Very nice. I really like this like layering stuff, but then I never did it again. I don't know why. And then my sister and I went to this Fresh X Girl New York event. She's a wonderful, talented lady that did my tattoo. Ta-da! I don't even know when I got that. 2019, beginning of 2019, when I was sick. I got my first tattoo when I was like running a high fever, so that's great. Some just aesthetic, some artistic release. Okay, now here's the middle. Here's the other half, right? So this was just like a random scribbly page because I figured I never do stuff like this. I always use other things and stick them in here. So I was like, maybe let me try and scribble. I don't know. I like had no, I was like, what do I draw that isn't like related to NCT? So I just did some random scribbles, and it mostly just consisted of stars because that's all I could think of. And then wrote whatever, my thoughts, you know, journaling entries. I'll get rid of this piece, the outer piece. Oh my god. So many pages just fell out. Tear up your journal, I said. Don't do that then. I take it back. Don't tear up your journal. So, Eric Nam concert. This was like a fail of a page because I wish I did more with it, but it's fine. I went to Eric Nam concert, and then I think a few days later I went to Taurus Riley concert. And those are my last concerts of 2020. Which is so depressing. And then Neozone started, and it was a wonderful time. And it's just like, did that happen this year? I don't know. It feels like a fever dream. But that was so fun. Like Neozone coming out, and we were also hopeful because spring was starting. Oh, what a time. And then, I did some more layering, so that's fun. And then I promptly forgot about it. Breadman, you know. If you know, you know. Neozone was very good. These things were wonderful. Then I have some random favorites, just things. I was obsessed with White Knight by NCT. I still am, but I was just like obsessively watching it, like, and listening to it. It was just a time. March, again, this is another spread that I wish I had done more with, but I just couldn't like figure out what to do, so it's fine, it's okay, these kind of things happen. We went to Muji, and if you've been to Muji, they like let you do these like little stamp things, and so I spelled this out because Kick It was coming out, and it was me and Emma because I'm a photography student, so I had to do a studio shoot, and so this is one of the pictures. March 6th, wow, right before the pandemic. Just some things, and White Knight again, love it. Oh, it's about Neozone, so this just a nice aesthetic page. I really like how this one came out because it was using a lot of different colors and trying to like mesh it, make it look good together. I don't know. And then look at this. Wow, little pocket I made. But yeah, just using some of like the stationery that I don't generally use just because like I found it hard to make it cohesive all together, or at least I did then, and you know, working through that, even if it would turn out bad, just do it anyways. Some collaging of my extra, this is an extra album. I bought multiple because I collect photo cards. Instead of like printing out paper, I rather just use extra albums to journal about K-pop. Another nice aesthetic page that I really like how it turned out. March 12th, this is the beginning of my quarantine. I forget I put this under here. I was listening to Cinder by Mercer Meyer because I'd already, like on audiobook, because I'd already read this book, but it was a while ago, so I was like, do I still like this book? Happy to report I still like the book. This page, she looks unfinished, probably is, but that's kind of because like what was going on. I didn't know what to write. I was tired of quotes, like I just didn't have any quotes left inside me. I don't really know why I did this now. Catherine, 2020, 20 years old, NCT, Billie Eilish, Jamie Beck, INFJ, Ravenclaw, Potato, Cotton Candy, Plants, Aquarius. What the heck? What is that? Again, some more aesthetic pages. As I said, I don't really know what to say about them. I was listening to Scarlet, which is the second book after Cinder, and just some thoughts, I guess. These, I just really like how they came out because I don't use these albums the cut up extras that I have for this album all that much, so I was like, let me just do it. And also again working with colors that I don't normally work with. Very different of me, very plain, very minimal, trying to see if I could, you know, do that, work through that, and I like kind of it turned out very cute. Definitely needs more here, but I just didn't know, or I didn't have the supplies stationary that to motivate me to create there. Another collage with Neozone. It's a big album, a lot to work with. Emma and I started pen paling, so this is some of the things that she sent me. Again, this is me insisting on using all of the freaking things that are given to me, you know? April, what a month, a very boring month, some black and white. This, I love this page, it's so pretty. Well, at least to me, it's very pretty. I like the little details that I put into it too, like this little tiny bunny, like it's so small. You would never even notice that, would you? I think I also did a journal with me for this, but maybe, I don't know. Also, that playlist will be linked. See, this happens a lot where I've glued on a piece of paper here, so I think that there's a page in between, but there's not. I think this was a Instagram template that was like going around, and I didn't want to do it on Instagram, so I just put it in my journal because, you know, pandemic, what else am I supposed to do? Nothing going on. I'm not nocturnal, that needs to get fixed, kind of what I was saying. Some artists that I was listening, no. Oh. These are just Nafla songs that I was listening to. My Monstera, whatever, my Swiss cheese plant was growing very well, and I guess I just did a little page on it. How to take care of it because I wanted to do a good job. And then I tried to do a little bit of painting. I didn't really like how it turned out, but it's okay because you work through things. More aesthetic pages. I don't know what to say about these things anymore. I've reached that point and we're not even done. Again, using some pinks and things and purples. More aesthetic pages. I like how these were turning out, and even though they don't like match each other, they can still like live alongside each other, and I think that's important to me. But even if like things are opposing on different sides and they don't go together as one, I don't mind. This is a weird page. I didn't even remember that I did this, but it's just me talking about how grateful I am for my friend Emma, because this day, when was it? What month are we in? April? April 24th is when I met her, so tee-hee-hee. Some more just layering pages, some artistic aesthetics. You know, I like how these turned out as well. Again, this is so cute! Tail with his little plant. Kills me. And then, again, going for like a little bit of a more minimal, a little more like pared back version, because you see how much there's like a lot going on here. So it's like maybe a little bit less, you know? I like how it turned out. This I didn't finish because I didn't know what else to put on it. I was like, I don't have anything else. Like, I keep using the same materials all the time. So, some more Neozone stuff from Kick It. This little journal entry about April, I guess. Look at the little bunny again. Oh my gosh, I miss this freaking bunny. It's so cute. Some layering pages. Not really like a point here, but, you know, doing my best. May title page. Browns. Some Kick It lyrics. At first, when I was flipping through this to cover up the pieces that I wanted to, I was like, what the hell is it? Enter the Dragon? Like a movie? And I knew, okay? It's fine. I had a forgetful moment there for a second, and then I was really struggling. I was like, what the heck do I write? Because sometimes I like to have words on it, but I'm not a person of words, clearly. I like to have visual things to explain myself rather than words. So I just Pride and Prejudice, Jane Austen. Moving on. Chen. I love Chen. There was a lot going on with Chen this year. Give him some appreciation. She was going through it. So I got this, or no, I think Emma sent me this like little weekly schedule type of thing, and I thought that was so laughable. It's May 20th. Monday, Sims. Tuesday, Sims. Wednesday, Cry. Thursday, Sims. Friday, Dishes. Saturday, Sims. Sunday, Concert. Because NCT, all of the subgroups were doing concerts. So, what a time. That's not actually, but like kinda, it's true. Yeah, anyways. Kick It era came to an end. Very sad, very beautiful, but I like it. You know, some more things. Yes, it turned into a K-pop journal. I already told you, okay? I like how this one turned out as well. I guess I do keep doing separate pages, but then they work together. But I wouldn't necessarily call this a spread, like all one thing across 2 pages. I feel like these are 2 separate pages. Like they can work alone, but they can also work together. So that's what I like about this, and what I was doing a lot, I guess, this year. Reflecting on these pages, I learn a lot from myself, you know, consciously. Like, I wasn't like specifically being like, this is what I'm trying to do. Listening to a lot of DPR Live, I have very specific memories of this album and building an apartment, like renovating an apartment in The Sims city living. This one, again, another page that I never finished. Beyond the Origin, NCT 127's Beyond the Origin to be exact. Wonderful time. Enjoyed it very much. We bought at the beginning of the Punch era. A wonderful time. My favorite comeback of this year. Punch. This I like again. Wow, geez, I just sound like, I'm like, oh wow, I'm so talented. That's not what I mean. But like, in the past, I've been very hard on myself and been like, this is such an ugly page. So it's a lot for me to be like, I actually like this one. So I guess I wasn't struggling that much this year. Ha! Yeah, again, pen paling with Emma. I have a lot of friends, you know, as you can tell. Emma. Some music. Punch, NCT 127, White Knight, NCT 127, Kiss Me by DPR Live, Mayday by Crush featuring Joy, what a good song. Better by Woogie featuring Golden, what a good song. June, time for June. For Spread, I finally got some new albums because I don't know. Was I not buying albums for some reason? Shipping was still happening. I got NCT Dreams album, both the versions, and then Punch, and was there to order? But I got 5 albums at once because I figured that I'd just save on shipping because I knew that I would buy them all eventually. And then a little thing on Punch. Emma came to visit me. She had to move out of her apartment, and so she came. So we had a nice little picnic on the roof. She brought some Gray Street. It was a lovely time. And then some more. I really like how this page turned out. I haven't seen this page in ages. This again, doing some little more minimal. I guess now getting a little bit more comfortable with doing these types of minimal, browns, calm. July, some July songs. I don't know why I wrote them down first. If it was just beginning of July. I don't know if I did July's page late. Very summery, I think. Very, very appropriate of me because I've got a very dark academia aesthetic. Taeyong Day. Taeyong's birthday, so Long Flight I love so much. So a nice page for him. And then 4th of July, this page again is another like unfinished page, but also it could be finished, and the water ruined this thing and I have no idea what this was here, this sticker. Punch, I really liked the album, well, because I really liked the pictures for reasons, but I didn't like really know how to journal with it, so I was just like, you know, let's just do whatever. I made some orders from some small businesses, some stationery places, so this is one of them. Got some new sticker. This is another unfinished page because I just had nothing to write. I was like, I do not know what to say. Long Flight, love that song, and I was like, this song, I love it so much, gotta do another page for it, and especially in my new journal. And then again, trying to branch out using all my like red stickers that I never really do use. Red and pink, of course. Say It by XOSC. This was when XOSC's album came out, I think. Again, another unfinished page. I guess it was getting around that time. August, I made a stamp. This is my stamp. August, doing some things, kind of just talking about how I'm not motivated to journal and I feel like it'll turn out really ugly, but then I'm like, just freaking do it, okay? And just like also being inspired by the supplies that you have, but then also don't forget that you can journal with whatever you already have. Like, you don't need all these like stuff, and you can work with what you have. So don't feel like, oh my gosh, like I could never do journaling like this because I can't afford this stuff. Like, don't worry about it. Like, all you need is a paper and a pen. So this is just my style of journaling. Moving on, so some ephemera pieces. Oh, there's words under here, but it's a good way if you feel like you want some privacy in your journal because you feel like people are gonna look in it and you still want to like write stuff. Write them under pieces of paper and maybe like glue them down or tape them down, but it's still a way that you could lift them up. I don't know. That's just an idea. September. Oh, this is my September title page. It's my fall agenda. The fall agenda. No words hidden under this one. Toilet paper. I kept wanting to use this for so many months. This picture. Because toilet paper, if you lived in this pandemic, you know, toilet paper was scarce. But my sister and I always stock up on toilet paper anyways. So we already had a stock from like weeks before the pandemic hit, so we didn't have a problem with buying toilet paper at all. That's why I thought this picture was funny, because toilet paper, you know, it's from NCT's album that I cut out. The Purge by Higher Music came out. Such a good song, and I couldn't stop listening to it. It was really good. And then just a little entry page. And then I guess this was my favorites. Didn't ever write it down. Again, trying to do what I did with like a few pages back with like the reds, but I was trying to do it again. But again, I didn't have that much red stuff because I just don't normally collect that. And this is kind of an unfinished page, but you know, NCT, I was manifesting. This was before NCT 2020 was announced. I was manifesting it, didn't even realize. October title page. I really like how this one turned out. I feel like I always put a lot of pressure on myself for October pages because I'm like, it's the vibes, it's my time to shine. And then I like try so hard to deliver, and then I like chicken out. But I like how this one turned out. Some more aesthetic pages. Another one that just exposes me for not knowing what to say or what to write. I went out. So exciting. And people actually from the places that Emma and I used to frequent before the pandemic were like, hey, I know you. And I was like, oh my god, you remembered me. Another page I never finished because I just didn't really know what to do with it. So it remains unfinished, and that's fine. NCT 2020 was announced. Oh my god, I got my albums, and here it happened, and I manifested it. No, I didn't. SM has been working on this for like more than a year. They've been clowning us all. What a great time. The happiness, the shock, good times. Johnny Cowboy. I have that photo card, by the way. Anyways, November, I voted. First time voting. I didn't journal in November. It was the 20th when I made this page. My camera died and it's 7 a.m. and sleepiness has hit me, so let's move on. November, didn't really journal. I didn't realize that I didn't journal in November because then I didn't journal in December. This page I never finished, but I opened a P.O. box, and this is my P.O. box as of current. I don't know how long it'll be open for, so if you see this way in the future, might not be open. But you can send me a letter if you'd like to. This is my second edition of photos, postcards, but I don't send it as a postcard. I send it in an envelope, like as a letter. But this is a picture that I took and I printed and I give to people who send me a letter. And I had meant to do more with this page, but then I didn't do anything. Didn't journal at all, even though I freaking love Christmas so much. But I was just busy doing other things. I was answering a lot of letters. That's what I was doing most of the time in December. And finals really did me in this year. And I'm not used to that. Because normally finals isn't too bad because it's spread over a lot of weeks. But procrastinator. And then towards the end, the last couple of days of December, I did this page because I had an extra album, so I was like, fine, I'll just cut it up, you know, as I usually do. And then I did this page for a resonance. I kind of didn't journal for 2 months. That's kind of wild to me. So it was fun, like, looking back on all of the other pages that I was doing. And then this is my end of the year pages. I think I did in my last journal where I just did a page just thanking NCT because they kept me sane. They kept me entertained. So many comebacks, so many good comebacks, and they worked really hard. I just love that I can put my love, my energy, that otherwise I might be depressed, you know, maybe. If I didn't have this, yeah, I'm grateful that NCT exists. And I don't really have any pictures of Dream or Wavy, so this is only 127 here, but like Wavy and Dream should be here too, okay? Don't get it twisted. And then a year of memories. I did this every year where I go through either like my Snapchat, but now I just did it through my camera roll and write down little random stuff to remember, and I wrote them on the pages and I put them in this little envelope, and then that's it. Yep. And then a letter to 2020. I do this every year, a letter to the year. You know how it goes. And then for essentially my last page, goodbye to my journal, as I usually do, thanking myself for my hard work. A year's worth of work all in one journal. And I'm really proud of it because I think that this year I was a lot more confident in my style and in growing in it and doing what I want to do. Thanks for watching this journal flip through. I hope that your year is going to be better than the last and that you stay safe. Okay? Drink some water. I really need some water right now because I've been talking for so long. And sleep well, okay? I can't wait to go to sleep now. So thank you so much for watching. Take care. I'll see you next year, okay?